It's about an hour or two later, and I don't want to spend a lot of time here, but I don't want to put people on the wrong side of things. So I'm going to say something, and it's purely conjecture. I have no way of knowing if this is true. But you can see here that the gold is still moving higher, and it got to that ABCD pattern that I told you about. And I moved it around a little by accident, but basically it came to support and or to where there should be a reversal. That's the way to say it. It changed to where you would expect sellers to get into the market. And so and then remember, because it's also gone higher, is the ES. ES. Where is it's a one? I think I need the one. Here it is, right here. And the market is actually going a little bit higher. It's a two-bar reversal that says the market should go higher if you're inclined to take a trade there. Of course, I'm waiting for the market to reverse, and I think it. I thought this actually went to the high. I guess it didn't do it yet. I must have read something. Maybe it's the other one down here. Hold on. Yeah, this is the mini. I'm going to blame this on Bobby. So I looked at the mini here, and it went a little higher. So, and I was going to comment on that. But basically, it doesn't follow the smaller contract doesn't follow the larger contract perfectly, but it's good enough. You can trade the smaller contract looking at patterns like this, from my point of view, when I see this. But what I wanted to say is something about the dollar. Dollar really makes me nervous. So I want to show it to you, and I want to qualify my nerves, but I'm still really concerned about the dollar. Everything about hyperinflation and what happens to the dollar is a problem or a potential problem. And whatever Trump does with his group of people, maybe they can get past it. But nobody has gotten past that hyperinflation, to my knowledge. They almost always result in the downfall of a country when hyperinflation is bad, and hyperinflation is always bad. And the largest hyperinflation is the United States in all of history. So it's and yet what I want to say, looking at so you see it, look at it, so you can, you know, get nauseous looking at it like I do. Hold on. It's the, oh, coffee's doing nice. Maybe we should look at coffee. And I don't have time to look at coffee, but let's look at it anyway. I don't know why this doesn't shift immediately. Something's funny, I don't know. Coffee. Maybe I'll do it over here. Coffee. Maybe that does it. So coffee's trading an ABCD pattern higher. And it's okay. It's a higher ABCD pattern, but I told you probably yesterday that the market was getting near the 618 and it should go lower. And there's a two-bar reversal. I don't remember if the two-bar reversal was at the point that I did the video, but it's been pressing lower. And now it's coming to it's probably a support area. So the pattern was one that took in account the retracement, not the extension, but the retracement from high to low, and the market gets to the 618, and that's a frequent reversal pattern, but it was also accompanied by a, a, a two-bar reversal, and it seems to be going lower to an area of support. So we'll see, wait and see. But the market's trading to the patterns. But the thing I really wanted to talk about is the dollar, just for a second. And when I look at markets, and I do this though, I do this every time I look at a market that I do, and I don't send it to anybody or say anything. What I'm doing, what I do when I'm talking to myself, and technically I'm talking to myself anyway, but I'm trying to give you insight so I try to talk a little bit more. So, but I still talk to myself. So, in any case, let's go to the dollar, the DXY. Where is the DXY? Can anybody see it? DXY. There it is here. And my concern was that this is doing the opposite of what it should do. So this is the total reason why I'm doing this particular video. It occurred to me that maybe the smart money, because most of the banks aren't buying dollars, they're buying gold. But it may be that there's a faction of people that I'll never know, you'll never know, that say, they say the market's going to reverse, because I'm saying the market in gold and silver should reverse. They're overbought. So maybe this is a representation, I mean, a dramatic one. I mean, it's amazing. I've never seen anything like this. A representation of smart money, the smart money that knows the market should go lower, and they're accumulating a position. And since the dollar is not the most favored currency in the world, I mean, there's some that are worse than it, but maybe this is a function of smart money on the other side. They realize that the market's going too high, and maybe they buy this because what do you buy when you want to get out of gold and silver? Maybe this is a function of traders getting out of the long positions in gold and silver. And where are they gonna? I mean, for a guy like me, where do I put the money if I want to get out of the long trade in gold and silver? I put it, I cancel, I cancel out of it, and it ends up in dollars. So maybe this is a function that isn't as pervasive and as um, threatening as I thought it would be. Maybe this is the summation of people who recognize that the metals or other markets that they're in are going to reverse. Maybe that's the reasons why this market's doing what it's doing. But I got to tell you, I had to think that through, and I'm not so sure how credible that is. But if you get out of one thing, you say you want out, you got to buy it with something else, or you can't get out. So maybe this is a function of all kinds of people getting short in the market, the bigger markets that I'm looking at. So they're not bigger markets, but silver and gold, because they recognize that there's a reversal. And even so, you still have to look at the market and put context to it, because if you have no thought, you will lose money in the market. You may have a thought that's wrong, but keep on working at it. To me, I expect that I'm going to have some wrong trades, but I still think you can read the market, and most people, in my opinion, and I can't possibly know most people, don't do anything. They have no clue. This is nothing to them, but they're trading the markets, and that's baffling to me. In any case, that's the end of this video.